Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday and very much rainy outside. Today, I figured since it's so rainy and cold outside, I would share you a little story. The Windigo. The Windigo is an evil spirit or creature that originated from the plains in the Great Lake Native Americans and the First Nation. The Windigo is said to invoke feelings of insatiable greed or hunger, the desire to cannibalize other humans, as well as the propensity to commit murder in those that fall under its influence. Spooky. In some representations, the Windigo is described as a giant humanoid with a heart of ice, a foul stench, or sudden unseasonable chill might precede its approach. The Windigo is part of a traditional belief system of a number of Algonquin-speaking peoples, including the Ojibwe, and I know I butchered that, the Cree, the Naskapi, Naskapi, and Innu. Although the descriptions can vary somewhat, common to all these cultures is the view that the Windigo is malevolent, cannibalistic, and a supernatural being. The Windigo was gaunt to the point of emaciation. Its desiccated skin pulled tightly over its bones. With its bones pushing out against its skin, its complexion the ashy gray of death, and its eyes pushed back deep into their sockets. The Windigo looked like a gaunt skeleton recently disinterred from the grave. What lips it had were tattered and bloody, unclean, suffering from suppuration of the flesh. The Windigo gave off a strange and eerie odor of decay and decomposition, of death and corruption. Now, in Niskapi and Innu lore, Windigos are often described as giants that are many times larger than human beings, a characteristic absent from myths and other Algonquin cultures. Whenever a Windigo ate another person, it would grow in proportion to the meal it had just eaten, so it could never be full. Therefore, Windigos are portrayed as simultaneously gluttonous and extremely thin due to starvation. The Windigo is seen as an embodiment of gluttony, greed, and excess, never satisfied after killing and consuming one person. They are constantly searching for new victims. A Windigo needs not lose the human powers of cognition or speech, and in some depictions may clearly communicate with its prospective victims or even threaten to taunt them. A specimen from folk story collected in the early 20th century by Lottie Chickawanga Marston, a ethnographer of the Chippewas of Arama First Nation, in which a Wendigo also exhibits tool use and ability to survive partial disembodiment and autocannibalism. One time long ago in Big Wendigo, a big Wendigo stole an Indian boy, but the boy was too thin, so the Wendigo did not eat him up right away, but he traveled with the Indian boy, waiting for him till he'd get fat. The Wendigo had a knife, and he cut the boy on the hand to see if he was fat enough to eat. But, excuse me, but the boy did not get fat. They traveled together. One day, they came to an Indian village, and the Wendigo sent the boy to the village to get some things for him to eat. He just gave the boy so much time to go there and back. The boy told the Indians that the Wendigo was near them and showed them his hand where the Wendigo had cut him to see if he was fat enough to eat. They heard the Wendigo calling the boy. He said to the boy, "Hurry up, don't tell lies to those Indians." All of these Indians went to where the Wendigo was and cut off his legs. They went back again to see if he was dead. He wasn't dead, though. He was eating the juice, the marrow from inside of the bones of his legs that were cut off. The Indian asked the Wendigo if there was any fat on them. He said, "You bet there is. I have eaten lots of Indians. No wonder they are fat." The Indians then killed him and cut him into pieces. The end of this giant Wendigo. I want to wish you a happy Halloween, and if this story gave you nightmares, remember, the Wendigo is out there. And to have a good day. And if you liked this video, if it made you scared, if it made you nervous, if it made your skin crawl, please give a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below. Have a wonderful day now. Unpleasant dreams.